On today's podcast, we are joined by Emily and Victoria. But I feel like most of the time I get people to introduce themselves, and I think I'm going to do that this time. But it seems weird me going, in case anyone doesn't know you, because, well, who doesn't know you? So let's start with you, Emily. Tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, and what your business is.
I'm Emily, I'm 29 and a bit, and I like to draw cartoon horses, and sometimes I sell them on things.
I mean, that work? Yeah, that's a strong intro, Emily. Well done, you. I'm excited to see what Vic's going to do.
I'm Vic. I'm the owner of Equiboodle, and I'm under the age of 45.
So we're going to talk about what your Christmas looks like, and whether this is from a business perspective or a personal perspective or both. It's all good. So I'll start with you for this one, Vic.
Okay, my Christmas. Well, I love Christmas. I love Christmas personally, and I love it through the business as well. Christmas starts for me in October with regards to the shop and making sure that we start getting in all the small gifty ideas that customers start sneaking into their baskets at checkout. But we do quite a soft sell with it through Equiboodle. We're not the sort of shop that you're suddenly going to come in and there's Christmas stockings on the till from the 1st of October. But we definitely do start thinking about it very seriously. And then what we do is we will build it up and up and up so that by December, Equiboodle always has what we call an advent, and that is that every day throughout December we have a promotion, and it could be an Equiboodle promotion or it could be one of the Equiboodle friends, and again that's something that we start organising back in October, and it is literally just a 24-hour promotion or free gift of product or anything like that that's just all there to celebrate the brand and Christmas. And I love it. It's a really fun advent calendar thing to do, and everybody loves it on social media. And then I try really hard to get everything going Christmassy at home as well from the 1st of December, because otherwise I'm so busy at work that if I don't make a real effort to get the house decorated and everything like that, I'd be that working mum that on like the 24th of December I'm like packing Christmas presents and realizing everybody that I've forgotten. So it's a big effort all round, but I love Christmas. It is definitely one of my most favorite times of the year. That said, generally towards the 24th of December, I'm exhausted and I'm like, I don't care if I never see Christmas again till next year, but I've always fully recovered by next year. And that's Christmas for me.
And actually Christmas Day itself, do you have quite a small, quiet, because I've spoken to quite a few people doing these podcasts. I think a lot of business owners, by the time they get to Christmas Day, they're just sort of like broken in small pieces on
their I genuinely am broken, and my family are all very good at seeing that. My kids are old enough now to understand that mum has been working hard all the way up and through till Christmas, and my husband's brilliant at sort of taking jobs off me rather than me just kind of going into this hysterical Christmas whirl of who wants a drink, who wants a mince pie, who wants this, who wants that. He's like, Vic, give me the mulled wine, give me this, give me that. Yeah, I think the thing for me is when you're sat down on Christmas Day watching a film and then somebody messages you through the website, like, I've received this and it doesn't fit or whatever it is. And I'm just like, why would you do that to me on Christmas Day? That's like my vow is to never, ever, ever message or speak to a small business over the Christmas period. It's like, give them time out.
I have a question though for Vic.
Okay. This is taking a turn.
No, it's Christmas related. How many times have you actually panic bought from your own shop? Because we all know you absolutely adore the things you have in your shop, so it's never going to be a duff present. But how often have you sort of, I'll just take that one off? Or...
So every year I do it, but it's never a panic buy. It's the fact that something comes in and I'm like, oh my God, that is just going to be so perfect for that person. And this year with all the new brands that have come on more than ever, I actually reckon I could do genuine Christmas shopping for pretty much everyone I know through the shop, because of course I've got skincare now, I've got just some artist Emily Cole illustrations. So like if you are a horsey friend, you definitely could get something from or from Teresa Lewis, because I mean, who wouldn't love just to receive anything from those guys? And obviously all the other clothing brands that we do as well, like I just would so happily give anyone anything from my shop. My husband can have some new wellies. I mean, living the dream. But yeah, it's lush. I love it. So, and actually more than ever, I would like to get stuff through my own shop, because it all filters through, doesn't it, to supporting you guys.
Yeah.
Ash needs an Emily Cole apron, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there is an Ash that's got one, isn't there? There's Emma Berry's husband modelling his so well. I think I could get my Ash. What can I get my Ash? I'll think about that. I'd say some oven gloves, but we've already got those.
Barker and Sloan have just brought out a product for men, haven't they?
Yeah, he's got that already. Yeah.
Oh, you spoiled them.
I know. What a lucky Equiboodle husband he is. What are you getting your husbands? We can't say. Nothing. They don't deserve it.
No.
Oh, I genuinely have. Lol will know at this point that I am still quite confused that it is October. And we're recording this in October. It will go out in December. But the other day I was thinking, oh God, September's got a bit chilly. And I'm like, no, it's not even September. Emily, tell us about your Christmas.
So I'm like in the weird position where I have to start thinking about Christmas almost like at the beginning of the next year, because I traditionally bring out a calendar each year. I try and like plan my products accordingly. So I've got to like start thinking about what I want to have drawn ready to be sold or printed quite early on. So usually when I've been drawing Christmas designs and things, it's been in the middle of like July and it's boiling, and I like have to close all the curtains and put on some Michael Bublé and I think festive thoughts. By the time it's actually Christmas, what is it here now? But generally I associate Christmas with lots of like packing of orders. This is from the business side. It's a very exhausting time of year. It's lovely to be busy, obviously, but it's just very, very busy. And then it's sort of like you get to your last postal dates, and then you're stressing, like, what if someone's parcel's gone missing? What if this hasn't arrived? But we've always managed to get it to work most of the time. So by the time Christmas Day rolls around, I'm just a bit of a zombie, and I'm like there eating my turkey. Like, I'm so happy, just have my little food. But that was a terrible sentence. But does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. So now it'd be really good for you to talk about, I say one thing, but there's only two of you on this podcast, so I'm going to go mad and let you have two things that you sell that you think would make brilliant Christmas presents. I'll start with Vic again.
Oh, well, year in, year out, our Vixen hoodies are just the embodiment of autumn stroke winter. And we always have to massively stock up on those. And I'm giggling because both the girls are currently showing me their Equiboodle jumpers. So yes, without any shadow of a doubt, I think they've just become one of the most commonly known things about Equiboodle is our amazing Vixen hoodies and the different designs that we do. And I think they're at the right price point, and who wouldn't love to receive one of those cowl necks? So we definitely are stocking up on those. We've got a couple of new releases coming, which is going to be amazing. And then I would probably say a good old-fashioned gift voucher, because we have got so much incredible stuff here. We've got obviously the entirety of the Equiboodle clothing, and then we've got 10 brands that you're not going to be able to go into any other tax shop and find. So we've got Apt Cavalier, we've got Georgian Dollar, Honest Riders, Emily's collection, which is Emily Cole illustrations. And then we've got Teresa Lewis art, we've got Barker and Sloan, we have Holy Horse for equestrian wear, we've got Finer Equine that's just joined us, I have Laboo Life, which are the amazing beaded belts and brow bands, and we've got Cocoa Bar for the vitamins and bits and bobs, which are just perfect to shove in a stocking. So we've just got amazing brands that if you didn't know what to get, just get somebody a gift voucher and they can choose from any of that. And of course we've got all your normal tack shop brands as well.
Are we allowed to talk about the new Vixen that's coming out? Because this won't be going out till December.
Oh, without any shadow of a doubt, I think we can talk about it. It's been one that's been underway for the whole of 2020, and it came about as a result of lockdown, where Emily Cole and myself got to know each other better. And I mean, we just found a whole new love thing, didn't we, between the three of us? And I put my brave pants on one day and made a suggestion about why don't we do a collaboration of one of Equiboodle's most popular pieces with a unique design by Emily? And she said yes, didn't you, Em? I didn't have to force you too much.
I think
we
sorry, I got a message late at night and you've been like, can we collaborate? There, I said it. Yeah, definitely.
And I think that might have been Ria going, just ask her. as only Ria can say it like that. Just ask. So we have collaborated, and it will have come out. You're absolutely right. By the time this goes live, is that the most beautiful Emily Cole original Equiboodle cartoon drawing on one of our jumpers, and every time we've seen it throughout production, we've all just fallen in love with it. And wow, as I speak, before it's been released, I can only hope that it's going to be wildly popular, but I'm sure it will be. So yes, that's one collaboration that I'm so delighted with in every respect.
And what about you, Emily? Do you have a couple of products that you think would be really good for Christmas for people?
Oh, I think I have a few. So a lot of my stuff is like perfect, like stocking filler things. So my first and main one is like any of the calendars or the diaries. So we've got like a wall version, we've got family planner version. This is the first time I've created 3 versions of the calendar. So hopefully there's something that suits you, whether you have wall space or you have a big family, or you just have a desk space and you want something nice and horsey to go on that. So I really recommend the calendars because they last all year, firstly, which is great. And then the other thing that's been really popular lately has been like our little coaster sets, and they've been picked up along with like the placemats as well. But we've currently got 4 patterns in them, and they're all melamine, and each time I pick them up I'm like stunned by like how heavyweight they are, but they're really gorgeous, and you can like put things straight from the oven onto them. And we've had them in our kitchen for like since I've had the samples, and they look as good as the first day I've got them, because you know how sometimes you get some placemats and they'll start to peel away and look a bit raggedy. These ones have stood the test of time so far. So those would be my 2, which I think I've actually lumped 5 products in one there, but
I like the way that both completely broken that rule, but it's fine. It's fine.
Breaking the mold.
Yeah, breaking the rules may be broken and all that jazz, right? So,
we could have really played you, and I could have gone, yes, I think it could be Equiboodle or Emily Cole, and Emily could have gone, yes, for me it would be Emily Cole or Equiboodle products.
It's like dealing with the kids. Vic, time hack for Christmas.
Wrap stuff as you buy it. Don't leave the wrapping. Don't go, oh, I'm just going to put all this in a box and then have a delicious evening drinking mulled wine and wrapping, because we all have that thought, but that evening never comes. So I'd suggest get yourself a little packing station going. Easier said than done, I know, when Emily and I have both got packing stations in our workplaces. But at home, clear a section of your dining table, your kitchen table, keep that gift wrap to hand, and as stuff comes, pack it. Because then you can do each one beautiful, well, wrap it. You can tell that Emmy and I are sending stuff out. Pack it, post it, get rid of it, wrap it beautifully, and then put it to one side. Because I think that's the thing, that I always have this wonderful fantasy of like a lovely evening listening to Michael Bublé and beautifully wrapping. And I do about 2 presents, and I'm just like, I'll stuff this. I'm just going to wrap them now. And then I feel really sad.
I mean, it's a strong time hack. How about you, Emily?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the 100% the same as Vic. Like, I'm like, oh, it'd be lovely. We'll put Love Actually on in the background, whereas usually it's me and James going, where's the sellotape? It's underneath that thing. And then the cat's going wild. I think last time we had like this weird glittery wrapping paper, and like our cat turned gold, and then like we had glitter throughout the whole of the hat. So yeah, wrapping as you do is a really good idea. I think like planning out what you want to buy is a good thing, because I'm one that I'll keep going, oh, I'll pick this up for so-and-so, oh, and they're also like this and this and this, and then before I know it, I've got like a whole bunch of presents without really thinking what I wanted to get that person, and none of them's like particularly better than the other. So I think like writing down what you want to like get each person, what you want to spend with your budgets and things like that, and then ticking off as you go along and actually sticking to that, I think can really help, because then you think, oh, actually I've bought everything I wanted to buy, therefore I don't need to keep looking out for more and more things. So I think that might help.
Yeah, that's a good one. Right, I've got 3 random questions. So I've got 3 random questions for you. They're not as random as I'd like them to be, but I'm sure they're going to take a turn anyway. So the first one is, what is your favourite Christmas film? I'll start with you, Emily.
Love Actually.
Strong answer.
I bet everyone answers that, Emily. Everyone.
I
Terminator.
That Christmas classic.
Saving Private
The
Ryan.
Exorcist.
Forrest Gump. I don't.
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
I mean, I like.
You can't ever not watch Forrest Gump or Love Actually if you stumble across it. You just have to get settled down, and you're in it for the long run, aren't you?
Oh wait, I was getting mixed up then. Bridget Jones is the one that's based on Pride and Prejudice, isn't it?
Well, I mean, there's Mr. Darcy in it.
Yeah, it's based on Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a Christmassy.
Loosely.
Christmas jump.
I mean, did Lizzie Bennet have a thing about going from one man to the other in enormous pants?
No, but she prejudged him. She was prejudiced of, well, I think they're both of each other, aren't they?
Yes. And I suppose he does have a large house. So, good to know. I mean, Pemberley or just a house in London is probably worth about the same value, I imagine. Vic, favourite Christmas? I'm really scared now. Favourite Christmas?
No, I don't have like a film per se, because what I absolutely love is a Christmas film channel, where you just stick it on and there's just some low budget film going, and it's girl meets boy generally, and all you know is that for an hour and a half you just have jingling Christmas music and a really sweet gentle storyline where, you know, girl has recently got divorced and then goes back to her hometown to spend time with her family and meets her childhood boyfriend, and by New Year they're together. I just love those sorts of films where it's just like ching 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 for an hour and a half of just feel good film, and then you forget all about it and move on to the next one the next night. That's what I love.
Fair enough. I did not expect
No.
that answer, but that's good. I mean, when you were talking about the Terminator earlier, I was quite scared that was the way it was going to go.
I have got a favourite actually, thinking about it.
Go on.
Elf.
I'm not sure I get Elf.
I think it's because
I love it so much.
I watched Elf having very high hopes and I was very disappointed by it.
Oh.
Yeah, because I just thought he needs to see someone, like he needs to go and see Jackie, really. I actually think now.
Yeah.
Probably do a lot for him.
I love Big, the film, where the boy becomes old, isn't
And
it?
ET.
My friend had a chronic fear of ET.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not sure about ET. I quite like Arthur Christmas.
What's that?
It's basically an animation. But Arthur Christmas is solid. Anyway, so moving on to your favourite Christmas dessert. See? Go, Emily. I think you've got a good one.
My mum makes brown bread ice cream, and it's delicious. So she is really, this recipe from like this book she's had for years. So basically you get brown bread and you put loads of demerara sugar on, and then you like grill it and it goes all caramelly and lovely, and then you mix it with like cream and more sugar, and then it turns into ice cream, and it is delicious. And I'm really excited because I completely forgot that brown bread ice cream existed until now again, but it's really good, and I love it with like your Christmas pudding, because it just it's really exciting.
Sounds really good, actually. I'm salivating a little bit now. I do love an ice cream. What about you, Vic?
I just love anything puddingy. I mean literally, it might be easier for me to tell you what I don't like, but even then that's not easy. Just love puddings. Just call me Joey. I just love trifle, and I love there's nothing better than a bit of Christmas pudding on Christmas Day, but it has to be a good couple of hours after your Christmas dinner, when you're starting to think about feeling a bit peckish again. So then you whop out the Christmas pudding and custard, don't you? And then just feel like as if you've been starving all over again, although you've only just eaten your entire body weight like 2 hours previously. I just love pudding. Does that help? Like, I want to come to M's and try the hot brown ice cream.
But it's cold.
Cold.
Do you like brandy butter?
Love it, but only at Christmas. Like, I wouldn't have it any other time of the year. No, it's amazing.
Mid-pies are for life, Vic, not just for Christmas.
I love red cabbage too, but you can only really have that at Christmas.
And it's not really a dessert, but
I forgot it was a dessert question. I just started thinking about all the stuff that you have at Christmas that you don't have any other time of the year.
Yeah, my mum makes like a sausage meat and apricot stuffing as well.
I remember this from last Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for mine. Little delivery.
I'll post you a little box in a Tupperware.
What about you, Ria? What's your favourite pudding?
I like pudding like you do. Not a big fan of alcoholic puddings though. I don't really like alcohol in the pudding. I find that's a bit much. But there's not many puddings I won't eat.
No, ditto. I think a lot of people will agree with us on this.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought she was going to say she'd rather opt for a cheese board than a pudding, and I was about to flip.
Just honestly, my husband does that to me. I'm just like, oh God. And then I'll just, because there's nothing I can really eat, because I just want the pudding. So I nick his grapes and a few crackers.
I mean, I love a cheese board.
Yeah, me too.
If anything, you have it before the meal.
Oh, I love it. Well, I love it. Like, for me, if someone was to say like your ideal eating pattern, it would be like Christmas dinner about 3 or 4, Christmas pudding about 6ish, and then a cheese board about 7, 8ish, 9ish. I mean, that is heaven for me for an eating pattern. And then bubble and squeak all day on Boxing Day, just all day, whenever you feel like it.
What is bubble and squeak? Is that when you like fry it all together?
So we always do an absolute abundance of vegetables, because we deliberately do it so that we've got bubble and squeak the next day. And it is literally when you just fry up all of the leftover vegetables, but we mix it in with our cauliflower cheese and our red cabbage, and we mash up our roast potatoes, and we have 2 massive frying pans, like high-rise frying pans, going like all day on the Arga on Boxing Day. So if you get hungry, you can just go and get a bit of cold turkey or cold ham and a bit of bubble and squeak and a load of pickle. And honestly, I prefer it to Christmas dinner, the bubble and squeak day.
It does sound.
A few pickled onions.
I do like a pickled onion.
Yeah.
One of the saddest moments of my life was when I thought I was pouring bread sauce over my beef roast dinner, and it was a radish. What's it called?
Horseradish.
Horseradish.
Oh no, that'd be a win. Oh, I love horseradish.
That was when I started James, and I think he said in his word, he's like, "Oh, got right catch here. She likes horseradish." To which I then like fluttered food all over him when I realised what it was.
Oh, bless you.
I mean, the last question, which part of me is excited by and part of me is quite scared about this one, is your most random Christmas gift.
Received or given?
I mean, usually it's given, because you don't think the gift you buy are random, do you? Because you're biased towards them. Okay.
My mum and dad spent one Christmas in basically a factory shop, and they obviously realised that they could get loads of stuff. And so all of us, my brother and sister included, we got things like, we got a laminator for a Christmas present. But my mum had decided to make the presents go further. So she had individually wrapped up the laminator and the laminator paper that comes it's like an extra novelty gift. I've even got it. And then I got a guillotine that year as well. It was obviously like a stationery section at the factory shop. I'm crying. Because the irony is, I got in that same batch, I got toasting paper. So you can put like a cheese sandwich into your toaster in this special paper. And I got special cling film wrap. And I got all this stuff that you would basically only get from a factory shop. But I've got to say, every single thing was useful. I mean, it was a useful Christmas that year.
I'd love a laminator.
Well, I'll get you one for Christmas.
Each thing
I'll
you
separately wrap.
Just laminate,
and everything will get individually wrapped so it goes further.
I mean, it's probably not very environmentally friendly of us, but I like the incentive. I remembered, I don't know if it was for a birthday or for Christmas, but I have like really sensitive skin. So like the idea, like if you squeeze the lemon in your hands, it would really sting. So my friend found like a silicone lemon thing, and it's got like some holes at the bottom, and you put your lemon slices in and you squeeze it. And it's one of those things that you look at it and you're like, am I really going to use that? But we actually use it all the time because it's really good at like, it separates all like the pips and stuff, and then you get lemon juice. But I can't remember if that was Christmas or not. I've still got her Christmas present that I need to give her from last year, which was the top trumps of cathedrals. I mean, she loves cathedrals, and we both uni in Lincoln, and she adored that place. I once convinced my friend though that the Lincoln Cathedral was built from the top down. I said that it used to be a really big hill, and they've like started building the roof and like just dug bits of earth away. I don't think she forgave me.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm slightly speechless.
I mean, her words, she said I was studying architecture, so she just presumed I knew what I was talking about. Joke's on her.
Well, I'm going to ask you all the places where people can find you online now, because God knows they're going to want to, right? So Emily, let's start with you. Where can we find you in all the places?
You can find me on my Facebook, on my Instagram. I'm Emily Collins there, or my website is emily-cole.com.
Fab. And how about you, Vic?
You can find me on Instagram or Facebook as Equiboodle, or on our website which is Equiboodle. Just search Equiboodle anywhere.
And you'll find her.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, ladies. That has been one of the craziest ones I've done so far, but you know, you set the bar quite high.
You're welcome. Should we do our outro?
I'm going to do that more.